Hi, I'm Sam Gregory, the Program Director of the human rights video and technology organization Witness. In March this year, this video was released of U Phyo Min Thein, former Chief Minister of Myanmar's largest city, Yangon. He sits in a bare room, apparently reading from a statement, and he makes allegations of corruption against Daw Aung San Suu Kyi. I'll play a short clip, and note the audio level is variable in all the versions I've seen publicly.
ကျွန်တော်ကတော့ရခိုင်ဒေသကြီးဝန်ကြီးချုပ်တာဝန်ထမ်းဆောင်ခဲ့တဲ့ဦးဖြိုးမသိန်းဖြစ်ပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်အနေနဲ့ဒေါခင်ကြီး Foundation နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးပြောချင်တာကတော့ဒေါခင်ကြီး Foundation ဆိုတာဒေါအောင်ဆန်းစုကြည်ကိုမျက်နှာလိုချင်တဲ့လူတွေအတွက်နေရာကောင်းတစ်ခုပါပဲ
These allegations now form part of one of the charges against Daw Suu Kyi, coming to a courtroom in October. In the video, Phyo Min Thein's speech sounds odd and not like his normal voice. His face is static, and in the poor quality version that first circulated, his lips look out of sync with his words. What happened next? Someone placed it in an online deepfake detector. Screenshotted results spread rapidly, showing a red box around the politician's face, and an assertion with 90% plus confidence that the confession was a deepfake. And Burmese journalists lacked the forensic skills to make a considered judgment. Key media in Myanmar and regionally covered the story with uncertainty. But was the prisoner's confession really a deepfake? Witness's global team has spent the last 3 years working on how to prepare better for deepfakes globally, including extensive consultations on needed solutions in Southeast Asia and Myanmar. So journalists reached out to me. Along with researcher Henry Ajda, I consulted deepfake creators and media forensics specialists. Some noted that the video was sufficiently low quality that the mouth glitches that people saw were as likely to be artifacts from compression as evidence of deepfakery. And detection algorithms are also unreliable on low-quality compressed video. His unnatural-sounding voice could be a result of reading a script under extreme pressure. And if it is a deepfake, it's actually a very good one, because his throat and chest move at key moments in sync with his words. The researchers and makers were generally skeptical that it was a deepfake, though not certain. Now, why does this matter? Regardless of whether the video is a forced confession or a deepfake, the results are most likely the same. Words physically or digitally compelled out of a prisoner's mouth by a coup d'etat government and without legitimacy until judged in a fair court of law. However, while the usage of deepfakes to create non-consensual sexual images is currently far outstrips political instances, deepfake and synthetic media technology is rapidly improving, proliferating, and commercializing, expanding the potential for further harmful uses. The case in Myanmar demonstrates the growing gap between the capabilities to make deepfakes, the opportunities to claim a real video as a deepfake, and our ability to challenge that. It also illustrates the challenges of having the public and journalists rely on free online detectors without understanding the strengths and limitations of detection or how to second-guess a misleading result. Deepfakes detection is still an emerging technology, and a tool applicable to one approach for creating a deepfake often does not work on another. It's not always possible to know which detection tools to trust. So there's an urgent need to start preparing journalists and civil society in APAC on how to identify and detect these new forms of media manipulation. So what do we learn from this case? Well, that detection capabilities need to be relevant, available, accessible, and matched with skill building. That open access tools without support or contextualization of how to use them are more dangerous than useful. That a limited public understanding of deepfakes, including how both deepfakes are created and how they're detected, perpetuates misunderstanding of detection results. And that all of this takes place in the context of the so-called liar's dividend, which increases the capacity to claim something as a deepfake and force others to prove it's true. And there's a lack of journalistic and media skills in media forensics or assessing media manipulation that makes it hard for journalists to help discern whether something is faked. And finally, we can see that civil society and journalists have no way to rapidly reach out to engage expert capacities or to escalate requests for support on complex media forensics. So what's needed? As a journalistic and as a funding community, we need to be looking at some next steps. We need to look at investment in what we might term equity in access to deepfakes detection skills and capacities. We need a standing media forensics expert capacity to assess high public interest claims of deepfakes, including both real deepfakes and instances where someone is using the so-called liar's dividend to claim real footage is false. And we need to support open access and non-commercial tools for people who don't have the resources to access the commercial tools. Now, if you'd like to find out more about this work and how to explore deepfake detection, I encourage you to consult our witness landing page at this address. Thanks for your time.